So, see, it has an outhouse. So, I decided if I'm going to dump my cup of in the toilet or if I should just put it in the bowl. But anyways, I know I exploded earlier, and I explode a lot because I just see that I need to help my kids, and I don't know how to do it. And so, and then it makes me aware of like other children. So, like, yeah, I'm gonna start putting it out there. Like I don't know what's going on, why like everyone's made to be so scared to like expose. Like, there are a handful of good people out there. I'm sure a lot of them do tune in to YouTube, and like they're not going to want to get out a lot because they haven't controlled the chaos that gets to just run free. So yeah, like you don't want to bundle up and get all excited to go out to get a soda, to get, whatever things you want from the store, because you don't know if that store is going to be robbed. You don't know if there's going to be like something bad happen while you're there. Somebody's going to try and break in your car. Like, that's the kind of area I'm in. So yeah, whenever I'm out, which I'm now out like 24/7, I'm out because I'm in my car, then I am going to start recording stuff. And I remember people were making fun of me for recording the person that I got creeped out on. Like, you're just as bad as the 911 dispatchers when I call in and I say, hey, I'm up here at the park and there's like a guy up here and he's like scaring me. And their response is, I'm blocking emergency lines. None of what I said makes sense. None of what I said is an emergency. If I'm scared, then why don't I leave the park? Well, I was leaving the park. I was just letting you know there was a creepy guy out here and maybe you wanted to help protect other children, but you don't. You want to sit behind the phone at the dispatcher office at the 911 facility and tell me that I'm a bother. So, yes. That's why I resorted to putting everything on YouTube. Like, I sat the years and years and years ago that I did it, and then I stopped doing it, and then I got back on and I did it. It was because there was only one reason in doing this. No one was helping me. So I looked at myself like, gosh, you've pretty much given up, because now you just sit around and you want to say something to people that you need help, but every time you have said something to someone and you needed help, you got referred to, you need to call this number. You need to call this number. And after you got all your numbers called, you still didn't get help. And the very last one that you talked to was just sympathetic and saying they were sorry that I was going through stuff like that. And they wished they knew of a way to help me, but they didn't have a way to help me or my kids. So that is why I turned to this. This wasn't me thinking that YouTube was going to know people that could come help me and my kids. This was, maybe there was someone out in this world that might be able to have the resources to help me and my kids. So that's why I went on YouTube. I exposed the problems that we went through, and I exposed the problems that I went through. And I realized that a lot of it is going to take some money, and in a little bit I will have money to pay for it. So that's all. That's all I did. So I saw some of the comments. I really got ridiculed again for exposing whatever that was. That wasn't their parents. Like, I knew that right away. I knew it right away that it wasn't their parents, because the kids were too pretty. And you don't match up pretty kids that are well kept, that are now screaming, and they're in the hands of the kind of people that when they did run out of drugs, they sniff paint. So they're consistently drugged out. I'm not even going to say high, Because to say hi was like something that you did at the party. You inhaled helium balloons. You passed around weed that you thought that was really pot, but somebody just picked it out of the ditch. You weren't really high. You got a couple of shots of your mom's wine that she had left out on the kitchen table, enough so that no one knew it was missing. That's the way it should be for children. Not what I saw at Walmart, and not what I see in my own kids. What I see in my own kids is not what I wished upon them. It is not how I kept talking to them, and I kept talking to them on the phone and talking to them on the phone. Please take care of yourselves. Please be healthy. For whatever reason of whatever's going on, I know it's not their fault. They're still children. What were they expected to jump up now and be able to afford $2,000 a month in rent plus their expenses? Because that's how much it costs now for people to rent. And I don't want my children into the government help facilities that are $20 a month. I don't want them down there. And if I need to prove my point, we'll take a little video clip through the hood, through the government housing, and we'll see how well they're doing. They're not healthy. They're sick. They're coughing. They got bites all over them. They got runny noses. Okay, I know. So I wished well for my kids. I took care of myself while I was pregnant so my children wouldn't have ADHD or have learning disabilities in school or have problems communicating with society. I did that for them. I could have sat back and puffed on a joint and smoked a bunch of beers and then had a lower developing child that wanted to hang around mom all the time because they couldn't get what was going on out in society. I could have done that. I could have popped them a bunch of pills when they were little and got them all deformed and all lethargic and pushed them around in wheelchairs. I could have been that mom, but I wasn't. I wanted my children to do well in society. I wanted them to be important. I wanted them to be healthy. And I still to this day do not see any of these things being done. And yeah, I am watching. So I've got a lot of stress because my being an example to them, which is what I was doing. Remember, I start out, hi, thanks for all the good role models. Look at all my good things I'm using. You know, all these videos. Yeah, that was for my kids. My children that I carried for 9 months. My eyelash is messed up. I can tell. This is the one where I think the metal got bent. And they don't want to talk to me because they know I'm going to go into this mode. And they always talked over this mode, even though they listened when I had them, and they weren't forced to do something complete opposite of what I wanted. Anything I wanted, they did. They were really, really such good kids. They still are. They just have a lot of bad influences around them. And like I will always say, you cannot go in and try and be a functional person that's good when you are around bad people. It will not ever happen. So don't think that little Mr. Peabody is going to be able to run around in his bad environment and still succeed. He won't. He won't succeed. It is impossible to succeed. Not only does not anyone want you to succeed around you, therefore you won't succeed, but you're in a bad environment. There's nowhere for you to succeed at. So that's why I got my fingernails painted green. That's money, baby. That's money. I need money. And then I also didn't realize that I got this for the Flowers and Stripes ordeal. because I do wear a striped shirt with it. So, but I didn't realize that this shirt was the color of money. So there's just a lot of things going on that I'm going to wear this outside. I'm going to keep this inside, my thoughts. And I'm going to have a good day. I am going to sit here and probably like puff on my vape. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to like the last YouTube video that I got something out of was Lobo/Mel. And their group is called Organic, and they sing music. So if you ever feel like you're straying off the path of health, or it's like you realize that not a lot of people are doing it and you're kind of feeling down and depressed about it, don't. Like, there's gonna be more coming. I think I've also been catching up on a lot of what's going on with, I think this war has a lot to do with the people that like to thieve. So the stealing's done. I'm pretty sure that that's what this war symbolizes. So you need to stop stealing. I don't care if it's $1, $2, $3. I don't care. It's gonna stop. You know, when it does, and it will, I think that's when we will start seeing like the people that, you know, couldn't really grasp society and all the things that you needed to, you know, be a business person and make a good amount of money. Those kinds of people's opportunities will also go up in the lower poor range. They won't have as many struggles, because right now, really, really struggling. Well, you shouldn't have stole. You stole all your own shit, and now you're crying about it because they're done. They're done making products for you to steal. So I think as soon as, you know, and that's why we have violence, because sometimes you have to resort to that. So I'm proud of you guys, and you guys know what team I'm on, and I want us to win, and I just really want a lot of good things for this world. So I'm kind of tired of the world being so focused on the wrong things. So I'm still going to go about my day how I regularly do, with a smile on my face, excited about the small things. Like this morning, I was so excited about my Coke from Rhodes. It looks like I didn't even have to do anything but my own scare tactics, and I got the bad guy behind the counter gone, because I haven't seen him. There was a really bad guy that used to work at the Rhodes, and I know they probably regretted it. He probably, when he came in, he was probably a whole different person. He was one of those. And I can tell who they are pretty much now, because I've dealt with one, but they're all smiling and they're happy and they're excited, but they're only smiling and happy, excited about their evil plans that they're going to do when they get hired. So anyways, here was my scare tactic. This was my final one, because I had been trying, because I would go into Rhodes, get my stuff, and scary fat stinky guy was in there. I know they wanted him gone. And so, scary fat guy, we'll call him that. And, you know, he'd smile sinister like the devil, hand you your stuff, you know. You would be very scared. Most of the times, he would hand out fake money. So, I know I still got a few coins. I lost the Chuck E. Cheese tokens, though. I might have gave them to some children, actually. Anyways, he was big on handing out Chuck E. Cheese coins. And sometimes coins from other countries, so which cannot be used here. So I've gotten $5 to $6 of change back from him, and all those times that he worked, that was fake. And I never turned him in because I could tell that he was that kind of guy that corporate and HR wouldn't be able to even get rid of. So I kept up, and I kept up. Well, the final straw was, and Rhodes's bathrooms are always clean. So the final straw was, you know, me trekking in my car, and it's a small town, so everyone, probably almost everyone, knows that they've seen me up at Walmart a lot lately. So, I go into Rhodes to pee, and there is like a white creamy stuff on the toilet seat with some little sprinkles of, look like dried poop particles. So I took a picture on my phone, and I used the other bathroom, of course. I walked by him, right? And I said, well, I'm going to be calling corporate, and I've got a picture of the toilet. And he's just like that, you know, but still trying to keep up his little energy. He tries to give off that lying energy, because he knows about that too. And I haven't seen him there since. So like I said, I'm trying to clean up these streets, get these bad guys put back in their shitholes where they belong. And I'm trying to save my children, my 2 children. So I'm going to keep up doing these YouTube videos. I might even do some Instagram videos so I can watch YouTube at the same time. Remember when I was doing that? But I just kept getting a lot of well, and you know what? It was the way I did it too. I guess I was asking for it, but I got hit on a lot. On YouTube, I noticed still no viewers. I'm okay. I'll make it. I hope some of you see my videos. I have a few views. We had a few. But thank you all for going on and watching the one where the kid was abused. And I don't know why I didn't hold my phone up longer, because I went back and I looked and I was like, oh my God, you can't even hardly see him. But if a professional gets a hold of that video clip, they have so many ways to make that clear. The guy even, I think he had a fucking teardrop on the side. He had tattoos on his face with the pretty little kids. Pretty kids. I hope he goes to hell. I don't have to hope. He will. So, anyways, I just get tired of seeing it. And, like, how brave you are. I know that all this stuff you want to abuse without being seen. You want to come out in public to make a show? Make a show? You came out in public to make a show. Almost as if to say, look, I can get away with walking around in public looking like this, looking like I'm trafficking kids. Oh. Oh. Oh, you cannot. Not when I got my phone. And remember in Texas, too? Remember when I was in Texas? There was that shady gas station. I didn't go back there anymore when that lady was like, I said I don't want to be on video. What are you doing? Crooking? You out crooking? Are you crooking the gas station? Because you look pretty guilty. When me, anytime I see a camera, I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I will wave. I will check and make sure my outfit looks right. I don't get nervous. So you are showing all signs of nervousness that you are guilty of something if you're scared to be on camera for the world to see. Because we get in our cars, we drive up and down the roads. We don't know who these people are. Look at this highway. My phone's not too good. That's why it's doing it. I'm trying to get it charged. Anyways, look, what I'm saying, look at all the people. Just look on the highway. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. And every single person is different that goes by me on that highway. This world is filled with a bunch of people that we're never going to meet, we're never going to know, but we're always going to run into them because we go out in public every day. So I don't see what the point is of being upset unless you are guilty of something. Then that would be a reason behind it, that you don't want to be on camera. You must be guilty of something. Because I would love to be on. I'd never minded. I remember kids running around videotaping me. When I worked at Ollie's. Look, do a TikTok with us. And I was just saying hi to everybody that was going through the doors, coming in Ollie's. And I was like, am I on one of your guys' videos? Yeah, Do you want us to delete? No, that's okay. I don't mind. I'm that person that goes through Walmart phone section if I'm shopping with someone and I have time. I'm that person that will put on the little phones or the computers on the video. I will record videos talking about how much I love Walmart, how Walmart's so great, smiling. Like, I leave that stuff on there because I'll go on there bored watching what videos other people have left on there. I'm that person. I'm that person that my kids are like, Mom, stop, you're embarrassing me. Good. I'm making a difference then. I'm making myself known. We're going to do a video at the laundromat too, so you can kind of like get the gist of the crowd. They have 2 laundromats, but one I think is more for like the little ladies. They like to hang out and like talk. And they can't sit there and talk about everybody when I'm there. So I went there one time and everybody just hushed. And then the tones got so low. So it's kind of like a laundry hangout. It's really cute. So anyways, I got money saved back. Yes. Woo! I've got hopefully some good future plans coming with a second job, so I got more hours. I'm following the rule of get 2 jobs because I'm in home health, so I just have the one person I see, and then that way I'm not carrying, everyone has germs, so even if you're not sick, a germ is living on your body. So it's not about, I'm not picky about that. It's not about that. So, but I don't want to go from one house to the next house and then possibly picking up a germ. Nobody was sick, but there was a germ there and I picked it up and then I carried it to the next house. And so that is how I'm going to stop the communicable diseases. And I did read that about healthcare, that there was an article that I read that said about how they didn't like when people had like 3 and 4 homes they went to. They liked when they had one home that they went to, because that way germs weren't spread, because they're documenting these people. That's why when you see your nurse come in writing stuff down and your healthcare provider puts notes in the thing, or like me, this company has the AI bot that calls you and then asks you a bunch of questions that are yes or no, and then at the end it says thank you for taking care of our patients. So what I'm going to do is I am going to keep it to the one client, and then I'm going to get a second job, because when the doctor looks on the files of my clients, and I love doctors. Everyone knows this. So when the doctor goes back and looks at the files of my clients, and I say it like that because I mean it, he's going to be impressed. Whether they're sick or not, he's going to be impressed because I followed the guidelines. Because I don't have any control of what client I got. That was not in my control. That was the company. But I know that my clients are going to be well taken care of. I don't mess around. I don't steal. I don't eat their food. I don't engage in their business. I go in, I clean, and I go out. That's what home health is. I'm taking care of the home. So, not going to see me exposing germs. I'm so proud of myself. I can't believe it. And I remembered that article because I was thinking, what would be the reasoning? Well, I already knew the reasoning. I already knew it. I read the article. It was like years ago. And then I'm going to check on Kaiser, the Kaiser protesters. They are doing a lot, I think, for home health. You guys might actually, and normally I'm not into protesting. Normally you don't see anything done with protesters. But these guys, look, I feel so much safer now. There's the police. I remember when I had one client that was taking care of me in Cape. I had this really good home health job. Oh my God. I regret ever when I thought I was dating a guy. He wasn't dating me. I was in a delusion that I was dating somebody, but he really wasn't dating me. He was playing me for a fool. I sacrificed that job for him. What a fucking idiot. They made sure I had enough hours. They gave me good recommendation to jobs. They helped find me a second job. They were looking for apartments for me so I could get out of this town, so I could be up in Cape. I will never forgive myself for putting a guy over my life. Ever, ever, ever. Don't ever, any of you girls or women, ever let a guy be in charge of what you want to do. Don't ever fucking do it. You run, you drop him like it's hot. If you hadn't had any red flags before then, you sure take that red flag and you run. Remember flag football? Remember flag football? And you didn't tackle. You just grabbed that flag and you ran. Same thing. You accept that you saw a red flag and you run. That motherfucker cost me everything. All my stuff. He ruined and tainted all of my stuff. But anyways, it's just a bad mistake that won't ever happen again. And I'm proud of myself for coming up out of it. A stronger person, a stronger woman. Hell, if I get enough money, I'm going to fucking buy me a man. I don't need to worry about dating. I'll just buy one. So, I'm just not really worried about anything right now. Okay. Let's suck on our vape. It's vape time. That was weird. That was really strange at Walmart yesterday. I felt like I really saw the the bad human traffickers. In my mind, it went to, oh my God, they're grooming them to be poor rat sewer druggies. That was what was going on in my mind. They're grooming them. And there's no one to call. There really isn't. There's no one to call. It's like that officer right there. His job is just to make sure the area is protected and safe. We're putting way too much responsibility on these officers. Okay, they did not sign up to rescue the world. That is the citizens' jobs. Us, we are responsible for us. They are here to make sure we can sit here and be responsible safely. That's their job. So I really got upset whenever one time I heard some stuff about it. You know, I know that whatever's going on, there's the bad group. Fuck them. If they want to be bad, they're just like the regular people that are bad. It doesn't matter. You bad with a badge, you bad without a badge. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that I now feel safe sitting at the park because there's an officer. That's his job. Anyways, it's just my thoughts. That's all. I just thought I'd share also my thoughts. Oh, and if you want to find the cake, because I know it's really all you can find it is online anymore. So let's break into a little. I'm not subscribed by them, but if you ever see cake, and I know that wasn't the right word, I just can't think of it, so don't laugh. If you ever see cake, I found it. You used to see it, then it was gone, and it was all only online. Well, I found it, and I'm going to give the address right now. The address for cake, if you like to go in and purchase it. And I feel like this one is one of the best. You have the Hidden Root, which is the best. And it's organic. These are made with naturally derived products. The cake is too, and you will find it in the town of Morley. Morley. They've got, the only reason why I cough is because I had a bad life. So just ignore that. That is because I was in a bad environment. I breathed in the mold. And so I've got to wait. It's just a waiting game now. As long as I don't go in mold environments, yes, the mold will leave my body. So please ignore that cough, because you don't cough when you vape. Okay? You can vape responsibility. This has saved my life. I think I could have been in prison without this. I could have been in prison if I hadn't got my anxiety under control. It's at Morley, Morley, Missouri. It's a little bitty gas station. You will see it. It's yellow. Get this. You can go 60 miles an hour through the whole fucking town. The whole town. Well, you have to stop if people pull out in front of you. But if no one pulls out in front of you, you can go 60 through that whole town. That was the one thing that amazed me. The first time I went through that town, I was so exhilarated. I had never drove through a town in my life that fast. Because the speed limit is normally like 30 to 45. 60. Right through the middle. Anyways, it's just fun. And then, so if anyone is in Missouri traveling through, I know there's some of the YouTubers go through and they look at the towns. So, and I know America's Ghost Project is here. His dad was a doctor at the hospital that delivered babies. He just delivered babies. And he was a good guy. That was a good guy. And his son runs around keeping ghosts off these streets. So, because ghosts, they like to attach to things and people. So he's rounded. I call him Ghostbuster, is what I call him. But anyways, so I'm trying to think of what else. But yeah, 60 miles through Morley. Because I know people come in. It's got beautiful, beautiful rolling hills. I believe Morley sits in some hills. There's a conservation park. It's beautiful. I won't move into the town because that's the town where they put the road around the tree. People keep trying to stop me from crying about it. I mean, that tree's not going to live as long as it could because it does keep growing. So they stunted its growth and it will die. And I watched them do that at a church. They even built a white picket fence around it as to symbolize they were proud that they were slowly giving a tree a painful death. So, will I ever move to that town? No. No, I won't. Not when you do something like that. But the gas station, which I believe they are separate from communities, you can find cake. Woo! It saved my life. It saved a lot of people's other lives too, possibly. I don't know if I could ever do something like that, but the anger I felt when I came back and saw my children. My God, have mercy on their souls. But I'm going to sit here and get warm. And I'm going to puff on my vape. I'm going to put some more. I have my castor oil on today. I have my lip plumper with jojoba oil. Thank you for clearing that up. That was an embarrassment. And my castor oil hair perfume. So I do just smell like the Barbie that comes out of the box. And I'm going to go get some McDonald's. And see what's going on in these YouTube streets. So, catch you later. Bye.